got a nice bonito. I'm gonna cut it up for sashimi. I caught it fresh in Sydney Harbour this morning on a popper. Went really hard. I missed the hookup with the footage, and I'm gonna put this one on a marine carpet. That's how I put my fish on, so they don't slide, and it's very easy to clean that marine carpet after. It has no rubber on the bottom, so it's really easy to wash in hot water and wash in soap and all that. Never wash the meat on the tap water because we got chlorine in it. And I'm gonna cut it here from the side. It's amazing how they're like bullets, how the tile fits right on the side of the body. They go fast. And then we got some squid, arrow squid, different to the green eyes. They also go up the rivers in brown water. The green eyes, they only like really clear water. Very nice eating. Can make sashimi out of it too. Caught that in Sydney Harbour, up towards the Parramatta River. Alright, we got our bonito tuna on my nice marine carpet, and I cut here, need a head, straight down. Very good, flexible knife, very sharp. The fish won't move around. And then I put the knife on the back fin here. Just bring it all nicely around here. Just nice and slowly. Now I'm gonna cut right down to the bone here. Right here, nicely down. Bring this. And then from the back, I slide it right down to the belly. And I just run the thin blade along the bone right to the tile. That's it. Now, I won't take that off. I'm gonna turn the fish around, so the fish still stays nice and flat and won't bow. And I'll do the same thing on that side. Cut it here. Bring it around here, nice and gently in the beginning along the back fin. Here, the fish doesn't move. Bonito's got a very, very nice soft flesh. Very soft, just falls apart. Great for sashimi. Got the blade right in along the bone, bring it right down. That's it. Here we go. Now I can turn him around. Just run along the bone, that's the backbone, the rib cage. Another nice slab. Then what I do is with this slab, I bring the knife about halfway here. Just run it down to the skin. See, the fish not moving on the carpet. Let's just run the knife along here. That's it. These I'm gonna put up here. I don't put it where the skin was. Turn it around. I'm gonna keep the skin. Now I'm gonna run it this way. So it's much easier than having a big slab. Here we go. Nice and clean. That's gonna come off, that's the blood line. I always leave it on the skin. Now this I'm gonna cut on a clean board. I'm just gonna get a plate and wash my hands again. Now the meat doesn't touch the carpet. That's just to keep the fish steady. And we got the nice slab here. You got the bloodline here, and I just bring it right across here, because there's a bone in there. And we got a beautiful piece of sashimi. I do the same thing on the other side. Probably fool me for omega-3, but bring the knife. Very soft meat, very soft meat. Now what I'm gonna do is, after when that meat is in the plate, goes in a little bit of plastic on it, cover it in plastic, and it goes into the freezer. What does the freezer do? It's gonna make the meat more firm and much better to slice up for sashimi. You're not gonna freeze it, you're just gonna make it more firm. And here we got everything prepared in a plate, put some Glad wrap on it, and that goes in the freezer. Yeah, and here we got the strips from the bonito. They make really amazing bite. You can make them a little bit smaller. The bream like it, all different kind of fish. And then the carcass, I cut it all up a little bit more, and I put that in the burley bucket. It all goes in the baking tray, goes in the freezer, and then I can put it in a bucket where I put my burley, and I mix that up with bread. I always buy bread from the Chinese shop. I can get a whole bag, 10-kilo bag, for about $3-4. Then I mix the burley up with bread, I put some tuna oil in it, and then I throw it in the water, and I get all my bite like that. And even kingfish come to the boat. Now the Tyler, I'm gonna put it on the water. To take the skin off, you put it under the water, I do anyway. And it stops the scales going all over the place. Normally I clean it on my cutting table outside, but it's raining and I want to make a video. So the fish is under the water, and you can run your knife. It's got very soft scales. Just run them across. Alright, here's a Tyler under the water, so the scales don't fly to the whole kitchen. Just run your knife through it. It's got very soft scales, come off very easy. I'm gonna cook that whole in the baking tray with the baking paper underneath so nothing sticks. A bit of olive oil on it, parsley. And then after a while I'm gonna take that off the baking tray, and I add a little bit of wine to it, butter, lemon, or you can just put it in the baking tray, and it's just a little bit harder to clean after. You can cook it in the fry pan. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do it. There's so many different ways you can cook fish, of course, just like you can cook a steak. Very simple, under the belly. You see, like this. The fish is all under the sink. Not under, sorry, under the sink, under the water. Alright. Hold on. Now I'm gonna cut on the neck. Bring that right back. That's it. That goes into the burley. Run it along the belly here, underneath. Run it right back to the back bottom fin. Now inside here, there's green stuff. Always get it away. Wash it good out. Now this fish is whole, so we can wash it under the sink. In the sink, not under the sink. All the green stuff has to come out. It's like, I think it's the gallbladder. I have to find out once. But when that is exposed to the meat, it gets really bitter. It's horrible. Clean that properly out. That's it. Give it another rinse. And the fish is clean. A nice chopper Tyler. No No scales, no gut, head removed. I might even cook it in the pan, see how we go. So we've taken the sashimi slab, nice and clean, it's been in the freezer, so the meat stays more firm when I cut it. I can cut it up, serve it, put it in a plate and serve it up for dinner. What I do is, I don't make it very thin because it just falls apart otherwise. So I'll cut it here. Just plate it up, first one. I'll make it about 5mm. Could even be a little bit more solid. It's much more firm than when I just prepared the fish. We've got some nice tuna. Kingfish is much more firm. And there's a lot of unfirm and very firm meats in fish. Like I would never cook that in a sauce because it would just fall apart. About 5mm, and then you can serve that with light soya sauce, even a little bit of coriander, wasabi. I do Thai dressing sometimes. It's very nice with all kind of fish. For that I use soya sauce, a little bit of fish sauce, palm sugar, garlic, coriander, a little bit of lime, and then just mix it up and balance the sauce properly. Don't put too much fish sauce in it. You can always add a little bit to it. Just do half the portions of the strong stuff. And then you balance it with the sugar. And if it's too weak, you always can add a little bit more soya sauce or fish sauce to it. Now this fish, I just cleaned it up, washed it up under my filter water. There's no chemicals in it anymore. And it won't bleach the fish. Because a lot of Australian water's got chlorine in it, fluoride, and it bleaches the meat. I've got another lovely piece here. I'm gonna dry that up with paper. Lovely. Dry it all up nice. A lot of stuff in the tap water. Best thing is, I normally keep some good seawater when I go fishing. And I take that and I wash them with that, but don't wash it under the tap. If it's a whole fish, it's alright because it doesn't go into the meat as much, but not for sashimi. See, it still falls apart. It's so soft. I should froze it a little bit more, but then you have to be careful. It crystallizes from the ice. You can't freeze it too much. Well, we got that done. Like my granddaughter always says, I'm done. Now we can decorate that a little bit. A little bit of soya sauce or whatever you like. Lovely. And here we got the bonito sashimi. Yum. Put some avocado peels, some fresh lime, soya sauce, and that's it. Bon appetit. We got the Tyler prepared. It's gonna be cooked in a wok, rice brine oil and a little bit of olive oil. The fish are covered with flour, chili flakes, rock salt and pepper, and I cut the fish in slices so the flavors go right in it. And then we got the calamari here, same with chili flakes, pepper, salt and flour, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more. So the oil is hot enough, put it in a nice hot oil. Big heat, put the lid on it. Lovely. And then later on I can put the squid and the calamari in there. The calamari and the squid and some fish. Just put a little bit over the top in case water shoots up. Watch your eyes. That's on high heat. And then you can turn him around when the fish is done. I should have enough room to put the calamaris in too. I remember as a kid we used to have freshwater fish. We used to put the tails in it. And the tails used to crisp up. You can actually eat the tails, they're so crispy. Not the end spot. Only the tip gets nice and crispy. Alright, I can turn the fish around. I use this here. That's a very good way. Just get it to the side. Oh, beautiful. And we've got that beautiful crispy skin. You want that crispy skin. It's delicious. Just like belly pork. Now we get the calamari ready. Your flour, you don't want any water on it because you want to nicely dry it from the flours, otherwise they blow up. Be careful. Here they go. See, they haven't shooten up. And always put the lid back. Sometimes they explode a little bit from the water. Yeah, they're just about done. You don't want to overcook them. I'll take that again. Very simple. Wiggle it a little bit. Yeah. The oil comes nicely off like that. Straight over to the plate.